Today's episode, The Mandalorian and Grogu struggles at the box office. Will this affect upcoming Star Wars stories? Let's talk about it. Let's find out. So if you guys are ready, I'm ready. Let's talk Star Wars and start the transmission.
Rebellions are built on hope.
And welcome to another episode of Radio Rebellion, a Star Wars podcast. I'm your host, Alberto Calderon, and thank you for joining us on another Star Wars Saturday. That guy over there looking sideways is our co-host, Oti Juan Kenobi.
I'm prepping the pizza I'm gonna order. We're done.
Dude, it took like the 30 seconds that this intro took to go from, hey, I'm hungry, let's hurry up, to you're already ordering pizza. So
I'm sorry, I'm starving.
No, hey, I respect it.
No worries.
I've been there. I'm not exactly hungry, but I'm probably gonna eat something when I finish here.
Yep.
Right? I ate some Sam's pizza yesterday.
Sam's? I've only been to Sam's once, I think.
But since I don't have what's
Costco.
the other? Costco. There's no Costco down here. I got to go to like Orlando, Jacksonville, Tampa.
Mhm.
So I got Sam's. That's what we got.
In Puerto Rico, I had like 3 Costco's like 15 minutes away from my house.
Yeah.
So I would literally go to Costco like 3 times a week.
Oh,
I
wow.
would do all my groceries there.
Yeah.
Nice. And I moved here, and the nearest Costco was like 45 minutes away.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So every time they're clearing land or something around, my wife is always, maybe at Costco, maybe this is time we get lucky. Never.
No, I love
Monday.
Costco. I love it.
All right. I love everyone that might be joining us today. Thank you for being here. Make sure you like this video, comment down below all your thoughts on everything Star Wars. Let us know your thoughts on it. Subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any new episodes when they drop. And if you're listening to the audio podcast, thank you. And leave us a good rating over there and review. We love seeing those when they come in. So thank you as always. Oti, we haven't spoken in a couple of weeks. Today's episode, I wasn't even sure if I was going to have one, but we skipped last week. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit Star Wars. Now that summer's coming, we usually take a break in between.
Yep.
I know I said that we're going to do a Last Jedi episode at some point. Way back. I don't know.
Yeah.
I said something that I haven't watched it in years, and you got on my case.
I mean, why don't you wait like a year and a half and
I
do,
know.
like, the 10th anniversary?
I know. It kind of makes sense to wait till next year for that 10 years. So maybe we'll wait. But anyway, today's episode should be a quick one, so they can go eat. I can go join my family what they're doing outside. But first off, I want to say thank you as always to the people at Penguin Random House, because I just got the new Star Wars novel Legacy by Madeline Rokes, I think is her last name. That's the Rey Skywalker training with Leia, right in between The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, that 1 year in between. This book comes out late in July. I think it's like July 28th or something like that. And embargo is still July 14th, so I won't talk about it for a while, but I'm like 6 chapters in. I'll just say, so far, so good. I'm glad to be back reading Star Wars novels. It's been a while since anything new has come out, so I was missing it. So I'm glad I got a chance to start digging into it. So
I've been reading, actually. Not Star Wars stuff, but I've been reading.
You gotta start somewhere, and then you go back. I took a break. I read like the Iliad, Odyssey, Frankenstein, even Dracula. Yeah, throughout the beginning of this year. I needed to expand a little bit, but now I'm back.
The Odyssey. Wow.
I gotta get ready. It's coming out the day after my birthday, so yes, I will be there.
Did you get tickets or no?
Not yet. It doesn't matter over here. I'll wait.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. I gotta watch Disclosure there first when it comes out.
Yep.
All right, so let's do some Star Wars news, Oti. If I can get my things in order. I almost said a bad word. You know what? If I could get my shit in order, we can get there. Oh, here we go.
There you go.
All right, not that big of a news, but it's cool to get talking about new next Star Wars story was upcoming Star Wars stories. The Ninth Jedi, Star Wars Visions, the Ninth Jedi. We don't have an exact date, but
Mhm.
apparently the first episode is going to be shown during Anime Expo, which is that first week of July. I think July 2nd to the 5th or something like that. They're gonna show the first episode there, and then it is expected that a couple of weeks after that, the release will come out. So we're in beginning of June. Hopefully, we'll get an official announcement soon. But Star Wars Visions, the Ninth Jedi, the series is right around the corner, Oti. So another great Star Wars animated series we're gonna be enjoying in a couple of weeks. So I'm excited. For a
Yep.
second, I forgot about this. So when I heard that, oh, that's right, the Ninth Jedi, which is great, is coming out.
Oh no, I have not forgotten about this.
All right, that's it. That's my big news story.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for it, as you can tell.
Yeah, let's see. Maybe next week on a random Tuesday, we'll get an official trailer.
Ooh, a trailer.
Yeah, it will be nice. And then I guess talking about trailers for all the gamers out there, new trailers for Galactic Racer and I think Zero Company is the name of the
Yep.
other Star Wars game were revealed yesterday, I think it was, or 2 days ago. They look cool, especially the Racer one. I always say it, I might try to to play that one, but we'll see. When it gets on the Game Pass next year, then I'll play it.
Yeah, I'm not into racing games, but
Mhm.
this one actually does have my attention, so
Yeah.
I am excited for it. Zero Company, really not my type of game, but I know a lot of people are super excited
Mhm.
for it. So
I
we'll
think
see.
Anakin is going to be on Zero Company, just showed. And of course, everyone's excited for Saboba to be back in Galactic Racers. I like racing games because for the most part, you just, I got 20 minutes to spare. Let me just sit and do 3 races. You don't have to worry. I'm sure there's a story to the game. I hope there's only, hey, I just want to race for a while. And we can do that.
I'm sure there will.
Yeah. All right. So for everyone out there that loves games, they're coming out soon. All right, so let's get to our main topic for today, Oti, and it is the Mandalorian and Grogu, the box office numbers. It's been going on social media. People are, I didn't know there were so many accounting and media marketing experts out there because either for this is the worst thing ever to actually it's not that bad, both extremes. I didn't know so many people knew the ins and out of movie making out there.
In my defense, I am an accounting expert.
Okay. All right. Talking about the movie business, but I'll take your word before I take random Twitter, Blue Sky user, whatever, insert your name here, Edgelord69. So yeah, there's either, because every time I heard that movie costs, let's say $100 million, plus usually you have to add another $100 million for marketing, so you have to make $200 million to break even. And then,
lost you.
Can you hear me now? No,
I can't hear you.
Oh well, I don't know if it's you or me. Is it you? Is it me? I can hear myself. I don't know. Let me do some.
Let's see.
Anything better now? No. So if anyone's out there, just let me know if it's me or Oti. I'll keep talking, and if it's not working, then
okay. So it's me.
Okay.
I'm the one who can't hear you.
Oh man, Oti and his problems. Okay. All right.
Okay, so it's.
Anyway, so we'll keep going while you get your accounting expertise out of the way and get your technical expertise trying to figure out the audio. But so now you can hear or listen to a lot of people saying, "Oh, he has to do 2.5 times his budget. It has to make 500 million to break even." The other side say, "No, well, if you take the merchandising into account, that all that Grogu stuff that's selling, it kind of matches. No, that's different." So you never know what's out there and what all these studios kind of on the back end and what subsidizes what with Lucasfilm and Disney. Toy Story is going to make $1 billion. So I don't know. I know as fans,
I caught like the subsidizing part. I don't know what you were talking about.
Just basically that if you go online, everyone
Mhm.
has their idea if this movie's doing okay or if it's the worst thing ever. Because when I started kind of paying attention to this, it was usually if a movie costs X amount, add the same amount as marketing,
Or
and
like
then if it makes
1.5.
that, it breaks even. And now I've
Yeah.
heard no, it's 2.5 to 3 times the amounts. So it keeps kind of moving the bar. So if you only pay attention to that, you don't know if what's going on. So it's kind of like, let's forget about it. Either enjoy the movie or don't, and
Yeah,
forget. Let the studios worry about that.
yeah, it's not my money. Like I don't care.
So now it's just funny seeing all the people online that apparently know everything about how production budgets work. And it's,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, like, there's people who know, like, right? Like, there's industry people out there. Like, this isn't rocket science either. Um, what I do think is like of course, like the box office is way lower than
Mhm.
any other Star Wars movies, like from this new era, which is expected. Like the people who were like, this is like we all knew like this was where this was heading.
Mhm.
Um, I anyone who thought this was gonna do Rise of Skywalker or Force Awakens numbers was absolutely insane. And the one thing this movie did have going for it was its budget, which reportedly was like around $150 million, which is low on the lower end
Mhm.
for this type of production. Um, so in that sense, this movie will probably break even, um, which not ideal for a Star Wars movie, but I don't think it's like a bomb. The other thing, like I don't know if you were gonna get into that, but the one thing that no one, because this movie was tracking right the $80 million
Yeah.
number everyone was talking about. Then the weekend happened and it was higher than that. It was
Yeah.
it was
Overperformed that first weekend. Yeah.
it did $100 million. And then something happened that I think no one could have predicted. Obsession, which released a week earlier, has become like a phenomenon, right? And I watched it. I love that movie. I know a lot of people who have watched it since. Like it's box movies usually like start like here and slowly through its life they go down. This one has started here and started going up. Each week has been bigger than the one before. And then another horror movie came out that has been a massive
Yeah.
hit, which is The Backrooms, which I also watched and I also loved. And to be fair, um, I wanted to go see Mando and Grogu a second time, and I haven't because I wanted to watch these two movies. So there's probably a bunch of people like that. There's probably a bunch of people who heard, "Oh, Mando is not great, but Obsession is amazing," or
Yeah.
"Backrooms is amazing." So you can't, right? You can't prepare for something like that.
Yeah, it's funny because usually horror movies or movies in general, if they open, I mean, I'm a horror fan. I just don't go out to the movies to watch them. But the word of mouth of those two movies, especially Obsession, which, like you mentioned, came out like a week prior, I guess did okay numbers. But then the word of mouth kind of took over and pushed it to number one. And then at the same time, to have two horror movies overperform, like we were saying, to those extent and still making bank.
Yeah.
Why didn't man? I guess the word of mouth for Mandalorian wasn't as good as people hope. Like you said, you wanted to go watch it again, but other movies came out. Like I usually watch Star Wars movies 2 or 3 times. I've only watched it once. It's not because I didn't like it. I just haven't really kind of found the time for it. So I
I
don't know. It's a
mean,
weird time.
why are people watching these two movies and not
Mhm.
Mandalorian? I'll tell you the answer because these two movies are amazing.
Yeah.
Mandalorian was good. Like that's really like if someone asks me what movie should I go, I mean I'll ask them like what do you want to see, like,
Yeah.
but like if they're like no just pick the movie for me, it's one of those two
Yeah.
because
But
those are
usually horror doesn't have that big of a fan base to get a
and,
lot of people going
and
to it.
that's why I say like no one could have predicted that these
Yeah.
like low budget
During
horror
the summer.
movies during the summer were gonna be massive hits.
Yeah.
So it's also bad luck, like
Yeah.
tough
We'll
luck.
see. We'll see what happens. But so production budget, I think, was around $165 million. Uh, worldwide it made around 164, 165 also. So everyone was like, hey, it's already made its production budget back. We're good, we're golden. Then this happened. It was like 70% drop. Right now it's at 257, which is pretty low. Coming into the third week, we'll probably get to like 270 by the end of Sunday, 280. I said I didn't believe this was gonna reach 1 billion. I thought if it gets to 500 million, it will be a massive hit because I was expecting or hoping, I guess, a 150, 180 kind of budget. So I was really excited from, okay, at least it's gonna make money back. It's pretty low. I don't think it's gonna reach 500. Maybe we'll get to around 350. Depends how long they keep it in the theaters. But I mean, this movie was ready like a year ago. I don't know if they wanted to get those VFX and CGI right because they look great. Maybe that extra year was needed. Maybe this came out a year prior, closer to Mandalorian season 3. People still have that in the back of their mind, and more people go to watch it. Maybe it's December versus May. May, it's a packed time now, summer. So I love when Star Wars kind of went with December. I'm not the biggest fan of it coming back to early summer, but I don't know. Do you think that may have?
I agree. I loved when Star Wars owned Christmas. Like I always loved thinking this Christmas.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I feel like it's all of it and none of it. Like, had this movie because, like, yeah, we liked it. Is it as good as I don't know. Is it as good as Insert X movie here? Probably not. Had it been that good, it probably would have been like the buzz movie of the summer.
Yeah, and I don't. Again, we can Monday morning quarterback this whole time. Did the trailers did enough? I know if you've mentioned before, Star Wars trailers usually don't show you that much about what this story is. And maybe for the regular people that are just watching trailers when they pop on TV, they really didn't know what the story was, or they kind of, I don't know if I need to go watch this movie now. So,
yeah, again, it's probably all of it. There's probably not one answer to it. And it's like, oh, why did Kamala Harris lose the election? Well, do you have 5 hours?
Let's not go there, please. I want to, before we keep talking about, I made a note because when we talk about our review or kind of recap of the movie after we watched it, I glanced over a little bit. I mentioned the part that I didn't like too much with this Grogu's world. It's 20 minutes too long, kind of slow down the pace.
Of course, it's a one part where George Lucas consulted.
Yeah, of course. And a lot of people love this part. For some of them, they say, I could watch 50 minutes of this. I'm like, I don't understand. But I think this is
maybe
why...
that's $1 billion movie.
Yeah, but this is why I think Star Wars will live on for another 50 years, even if this movie bombs. If because what I didn't like, 10 other people love. And what I love, some other people didn't like. And that's going to keep Star Wars going forever. So this Star Wars is dead. Star Wars is back. Star Wars has always been here. So it's, I think in that sense, kind of, okay, just chill out and kind of enjoy it. But
my own selfish thoughts are that, like, yes, I feel like there's room for everything, and Star Wars should never settle for one thing. But like in the battle between fun romp, like solitary adventure and epic space like saga story, I feel like epic space saga story is winning, which is my cup of tea. So if Lucasfilm suddenly like, no, we're just moving away from smaller movies, I'll be fine.
I think Star Wars is an adventure. Star Wars is going to a Star Wars movie is like, oh, we're gonna see something. And we're used to being these trilogies and all this connecting stuff. What's next? I think that's what worked. Even maybe Solo in terms of money didn't work, but having those smaller movies in between, I think people are still excited for Star Wars. And then taking a 6-year break, and even though I've said, and I'll keep saying this was a safer move to do this movie, maybe people expected or hope a big epic thing after 6 years instead of a more intimate.
You know what, Alberto? Like, if you think about it, Rogue One, yes, it's a smaller adventure. It probably has the most epic third act in a Star Wars movie. So
After a lot of rework, which work? Because
yeah, sure. But like the Battle of
yeah,
Scarif is like one of the best space battles we've ever
yeah.
seen.
Even if you take Darth Vader out of it,
Yeah,
just the
yeah.
Battle of Scarif show.
The other thing I was gonna say, this is kind of a joke, but like, would this movie be doing the numbers it's doing if it had included the A Long Time Ago in a Galaxy Far, Far Away? I don't know, Dave. I don't know, John. Maybe.
And those are
But we'll never
things that
know.
I
We'll
will
never
never
know.
know. That I worry going forward. I know Dave Filoni, which I think he's in the perfect position of kind of leading Lucasfilm and kind of connecting what works inside Star Wars. This is canon, this doesn't work. We already have something planned around that side or use this character. I think he's perfect for that. I've never been the biggest fan of the stories he likes to tell, but I think he's very particular when he uses things that George Lucas kind of invented. He's very, I don't have the word right now, very religious, I guess, to know
Very
the saga film.
respectful.
Yeah. So the saga films are the ones that are gonna have the crawl. The long time ago are gonna be just for maybe the saga films. The Mandalorian is its own thing. So
Those are
and that's maybe comes into my biggest complaint with the score when they don't use those classical themes. I hope that they kind of we need that in Star Wars. That's what makes Star Wars feel like Star Wars.
Yeah.
I hope they go that route. We're now going back to this Grogu's world kind of scene, or not just kind of in general, because I remember I said, there's not a lot of themes that kind of happen in this movie, just a bunch of action, which I love. So there's some bigger themes and kind of letting the younger generation follow their own path with Grogu, of course, with Rota and all that means of people now with, he's his own man. He's not trying to follow his father's footstep. So yeah, there were themes in there. I just want to put that out. I didn't just give me gladiators fighting. I know there were more stuff in that movie that doesn't get a lot of attention, but
yeah.
Anyway. And also, I think people are just waiting to see this on Disney Plus, which is one of the problems with streaming. And I'm part of the problem. There's movies that I say, I can't wait. Or if I didn't catch it now, I'll wait till it comes on whatever streaming
Also,
service, and then I'll watch it.
Like, people don't go to the movies like they did before the pandemic. Like, that's also an issue that's been going on for a while. Like, even think about what's the biggest movie like so far this year, like that you remember.
I know, because I just look at Super Mario Galaxy.
No, okay. Besides that one, it's a movie everyone was talking about
this year. Man, this
Jesus
is
Christ.
June.
Big space movie that with a big
Project Hail Mary came out of nowhere.
How much did that movie make? I don't think it made $700 million.
It's like 3 something, maybe 4.
And that's exactly the point. Like, that's been a massive movie. Like, everyone I know was talking about that movie. It's not making 20. And that's like also the thing. Like, we were in a period where Marvel and Star Wars basically taught us that every single movie can make $1 billion, and that is just not true. Like, that is not the norm. That is not like how anything works. Like, what we saw for like 10 years was a complete anomaly, and I feel like studios are like having to reel from that because they all thought they could make $1 billion movies, and nope. It's not really, that's not how anything works.
This is something I think I mentioned this, I don't know how many years ago. It's something I've always kept in the back of my head when people talk about if a movie is successful on the box office. I think it was The Amazing Spider-Man, that I think the second one that people trash as one of the worst Spider-Mans. It made like $700 million. Like, a movie that made $700 million and people are saying it's the worst in the series, and it killed the trilogy with.
It killed the whole thing they were doing.
Yeah, and then all the leaks from Sony came out. Dude, it's like 700. A movie now, like 20 years after that, makes 700 millions. Here you go, do 3 more. $1 billion. All right, so people doing videos. Will the Odyssey make $1 billion?
Probably will.
Okay, but like tickets just went on sale. Like, chill out. We're putting all this extra pressure. I'm sure Christopher Nolan has enough pressure, and he doesn't need YouTubers on it. But it kind of brings then this type of conversation. Oh, it didn't. It only makes 750. It's a dud. They changed Helen of Troy. That's the problem. It's like, shut the fuck up. Anyway,
I was talking with someone about this. I was like, do people think there were no black people in Greece? Like,
yeah.
no, but she was a white woman. It's based on a poem that was read around by like oral tradition.
Just
Like,
pass around. It's a
like-
story that whoever got it got to
and
recite this poem.
and by
They
the way,
had-
something people don't know. Helen of Troy was not a real person.
Dude, she was born from an egg because Zeus turned into a swan to have sex with the mom at the end. And she
Mhm.
laid an egg, and from that egg, Helen of Troy came out. But darn it, if she's not a white blonde chick.
And
Dude,
by the way,
and there's giants and cyclops.
the person I was talking to, they weren't arguing like against the movie, but they mentioned like, no, but Achilles, he's like a historical figure. I was like, Achilles is a demigod. He was not real.
He got dunked in the water by his ankle, and that's why he's Achilles. Yeah. Anyway, Star Wars.
Yep.
We can go. Yeah.
The internet is stupid.
I think that's another 5-hour episode we can have. I think it's gonna happen with Mandalorian and Grogu once it comes out on Disney Plus. Very similar to Solo and to a lot of movies. People are gonna watch it and say, "Oh, this is actually cool," but people told me it wasn't, so I didn't go watch it. It's gonna have that resurgence once
Probably.
it gets to Disney Plus. I don't know if this is going to amount to more people signing up or whatever they do to say if a movie was successful and gave them their money back, but I think people will find this later and say, "Oh, it's fine. It's a cool movie to watch on a lazy day." All right. So what's next? How does this, if at any, affect what is coming next, which is Starfighter? And Starfighter is already, I think, post production is almost done. If it's not done, so it's not going to affect that movie coming out. Do you think it will change the way they market it in terms of showing more of what the story is? Any chance they push it from the summer release to, again, December? Which I'm going to say no, because it's a 50-year anniversary in May. So they're going to have a movie there. Do you think they'll change anything, and we're guessing, about how that movie is going to be kind of presented before it comes out?
If I had to bet, I would say no. I don't think they're gonna change anything for that one. Like, it's already done.
Yeah.
I don't know. If something's gonna happen, I think it would be like reshoots or like rewriting something, studio notes, like things like that, like reacting to this movie, like, oh, what is the data saying? Like, okay. But I don't think so. I don't think anything changes for that movie.
We need to bring Kylo Ren back in that movie. So I think it does. Again, this movie's already made. Nothing's changing with that. With the Super Bowl being in ABC next year, I'm pretty sure they're gonna show a big trailer or something big for that movie to get people into it.
If they don't, I will kill them.
Let me know so I can have an alibi for you that day. And there's no way they're gonna move it out of May, it being the 50th anniversary. I know they're gonna show a New Hope a couple of weeks before, but no, they gotta have a movie come out May of that year.
What they could do is move it to December and then move New Hope to May and just release it like on that date. But
yeah, we'll see.
Whatever.
So I don't think it affects anything with Starfighter, but I don't think anything new is gonna go into production before Starfighter. So any hopes of the Rey movie starting shooting or the Simon Kinberg trilogy, hold on till May 2027.
I don't think we're getting any announcements in Celebration like movie related.
Yeah.
You know, prove me wrong, Dave, but that's where my head is at right now. Until like we see what happens with this movie, I don't think anything's gonna happen.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you there. I think they have to hold, unless ticket sales when they go out, it shows even that, because Mandalorian and Grogu killed that first week and then it dropped. So I don't think nothing's going to get announced at least till a week or so after that movie comes out. So this is where I think it gets interesting, and it's with the Filoni movie. I think that one, if anything gets the shaft, I think it's the Filoni movie. Might show that people that the Mandoverse doesn't translate to the big screen, and if the Filoni movie is connecting all the other Mandoverse shows and Ahsoka and Skeleton Crew and everything that's come out, you gotta go to the movie theater to watch it. I don't think it's gonna. So I'm saying this gets folded into Ahsoka season 3, or they make kind of a Netflix Defender things and make a big limited series, kind of finishing that kind of Mandoverse story.
Oof, I don't know. I really don't. No, I don't know the answer to that. Honestly, like I have no idea. Maybe they never finish it. They just leave it like that, and in 10 years we get an animated show explaining what happened with Thrawn. I honestly don't know what's next for that.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of funny, quote unquote, because when those 3 movies, like the Filoni movie, the Rey movie, and then the Dawn of the Jedi, the James Mangold movie got announced in celebration, I don't know how long ago, 3 years or 4 years ago. I was on this show, on Twitter, everywhere. There's no way that those 3 movies don't get made. You don't make an announcement like this, we can bet 100% that all those 3 movies are gonna hit the theater. And right now we're 0 out of 3, and we'll see what happens next year. So it's wild how things change.
And that's not a great position. Like it's truly, I'll say, like I think it's truly embarrassing that they just can't get it done. Like, and it's 5 movies now that they've announced, and they're all kind of still maybe happening, except the James Mangold one. But like the only one I think like we are getting at some point is the Rey movie. But
I think Starfighter, the way I know they said they reworked the ending. I think the big rumors out there, and I agree, is that Starfighter ends with them reaching the Rey's kind of new Jedi.
It's like Force Awakens. Rey's like on a cliff, like looking to the distance.
She'll get the whatever saber shot. And I'll be glad with it. But if then, I know some people say, then the Rey movie, which I mean kind of gets intertwined with the Simon Kinberg trilogy, the 10, 11, 12. Maybe that's what's going to happen. That's why it's taking so long. If something gets announced next, I think it's going to be whatever continuation of that Starfighter Rey movie. But yeah, it's kind of wild that then you think about something like DC and James Gunn. It's like on his 3rd movie already. Like Superman came out, Clayface is coming out.
He's already shooting.
Supergirl is ready. Green Lantern is ready. He's shooting Man of Tomorrow. Why are they getting like 4 movies in the past 3 years, and Star Wars can't get it together? It's kind of it is a bit embarrassing.
I feel it's a bunch of factors. Like I don't think it's like because I don't feel like it's a fair comparison. Like maybe now with Lucasfilm kind of adopting that DC model, but like the reason you make James Gunn co-CEO is because you want to like start pushing things like right out the door, right? You don't want another executive. You don't want another comic book writer turned executive doing that. You want a filmmaker there who's ready to push things out. And that's what they did. Maybe now with Dave Filoni, like he has a plan for what's next, and like, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, like, and I just want to say I don't blame Filoni for this. Like, this is still a Kennedy Iger thing. Same with Starfighter. Same with Darth Maul that we just love. Ninth Jedi. All that is still the previous administration, if you want to call it that. After, we'll see when Celebration comes out and after Starfighter how things start kind of falling into place and what this kind of plan going forward is. Then we can blame him or celebrate him.
Yeah, no, like I agree. Like these 2 movies are still from the last, as you mentioned, from the last administration. I can only judge him from what happens after that. So we'll see. It's just like a company-wide thing. Like you've announced 5 movies and none of them happened.
Oh man. Oh well. Hopefully it gets better. But yeah, I think I don't know. I'm gonna go out on a limb. what's June 6th at 5:35 in the afternoon Eastern time, saying that the Filoni movie is not gonna happen.
Mhm.
And I think a limited series, kind of call it Heir to the Empire, whatever you want, and kind of
That would
bring
be cool.
everything together in a 6-episode, 7-episode series, and put all your characters there, bring back everyone that we want to see, and have a big fight out with Thrawn and whoever comes from the other galaxy. I'd
Yeah.
love to see that.
I just don't know, because like it's very hard for me to. It would be very hard for me to think that they would be thinking like, "Ah, well, no one wants the story because of the Mandalorian and Grogu." When the Mandalorian and Grogu did nothing to push like that story, so it's
Yeah,
it's kind of apples and oranges. Like I feel like if you have a movie where Thrawn is a villain and you call it Heir to the Empire and like you CGI Luke Skywalker into that, like we're in $1 billion.
All right, this is why you don't put me as a head of a studio. I'll be the first one. Pull the plug on everything. It didn't work. Fire everyone. So,
Yeah.
take it easy. All right, so we'll find out eventually. That's the cool thing about this. By this time next year, we're gonna be talking about Starfighter and how Star Wars is back. And after Visions and Ahsoka season 2 comes out, we're gonna be like, yeah, we're back, baby. Filoni's the GOAT. So. All right, so again, Oti, short show today, so you can go pick up your pizza or whatever you're waiting for. They're gonna deliver it.
No, they're gonna deliver.
All right. No episode next week. I believe you're gonna be out. Plus, it's my son's birthday party, so I won't be here. And then we'll see. We'll see if I'll make an announcement if we're taking a longer break for the summer starting now, or as always, if new Star Wars news comes out that's worthy of us taking time, we'll be here. We'll talk about it. So thank you to everyone that joined us today and everyone that might be listening later. Thank you also. Oti, take care. Have a safe trip. We'll talk when we'll talk. So may the force be with you. End transmission.